All right, what is going on, guys? Paul James here. Thank you so much for picking up Client in a Weekend. Before we dive into everything that is inside of here, I wanted to give you a helicopter overview of how you should go through the next few days of the course. Again, I've designed this so that you can consume it in a weekend. Some of you might choose to consume it all right away, and that's totally fine. Some of you might choose to consume it in more than a weekend, and that's okay too. Everyone goes at their own pace, but I did want to give you a helicopter overview of how I suggest you consume it and how you move through each stage of the process. So this is my recommended 3-day process to landing a client. Day number 1 would be spent on profile optimization and networking. So essentially what this course is broken down into is 5 parts. So it's profile optimization, networking, warmer post, filtering, and then closing deals. Those are the 5 parts. But these parts on some of the days can be combined. Like profile optimization and networking, you could easily do that, both of those things on day number 1. The warmer post, you could save that for day 2, and then stop and wait for some responses to come in, and then day 3 you can start filtering those responses and then reaching out and closing the deals. So on day 1 with profile optimization and networking, during this section we're going to talk about optimizing your social media profile to help convert clients. Now this can be whatever social media profile you want. I highly recommend and encourage you to use Facebook. But with that being said, there are other good options out there like LinkedIn, and these strategies that I'm sharing with you in here will definitely work for those too. Then after that, after we optimize your profile, the reason we're doing this is because we have to make your profile look presentable. When someone comes to it, we need to be sure that it's conveying the information to them that shows that you know what you're talking about on whatever it is you're going to provide. So we're going to work on a few areas of your profile to really help that sink in and then put some call to actions in there. And then after that's done, that's when we'll move into the networking phase of things. And we're going to go and we're going to network with business owners so that we can fill our connections, or if we're on Facebook, our friends list with potential prospects we'd like to work with. This is important because during this phase, I'm going to share with you where business owners hang out, where you want to look for people that are your potential clients, and how you can go about networking them and adding them to your friends list. Okay, so that's basically day 1 in a nutshell. And it's 2 phases. It's two parts. Day number 2, we're going to move into the warmer post. Now, warmer posts are designed to get people to raise their virtual hands because we're not going to be meeting with people. We're not going to need to do any calling. We can do this all right from our social media accounts. And in the examples I'll be using in the course, we'll be using Facebook, but again, this works on pretty much any social media you want. So what a warmer post is this is a post that we use to gauge interest after we've filled our friends list with potential prospects. So we're going to put a post out there that's going to get them to raise their hand about the service that you are providing, and we're essentially in this post giving them a no-brainer offer that they'll say yes to. Okay, so that's day 2, and that's why this could be its own day. You can go and put this post out there and then let people come and fill in and fill it up for you. Then you move on to day 3, which is composed of 2 more parts, which is the filtering phase and the closing the deal phase. Now the filtering phase, we want to find only our ideal clients in this phase. What I usually find is that you want to find clients that are like an ideal fit. You don't want to be working with people who you maybe can't help to the full potential, or they're just not a good fit for maybe services you want to upsell later. So rather than waste our time with those, we'll save you time, and we'll also save your client the time and headache as well. And we'll just cut those out, and we'll look for only the perfect clients that you can help. And I'll show you how to identify those. I'll give you some tips and tricks. But that's the filtering stage. And once we filter them out, we then move into the closing phase, which is a simple chat message. In Facebook, it's Messenger, right? You just go and message them. and we use a specific chat dialogue to go and chat back to them and actually close the deal. We can do this just by the chat box. We don't actually have to like get on the phone, although you can if you want to, but you don't need to. And you can close it all by chat message or even email if you want, but chat message is what I'm going to share with you. So does it need to be done in just 3 days? The answer is everyone can go at their own pace. You know, I've shown you how you can break this down into 3 days if you want to, and 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's how we come up with client in a weekend, because this is something that is doable for anyone, whether you're just starting off or whether you're an expert. You can go and you can implement this and you can consume this. I've made this short enough so that you can do it in 3 days. The goal with this was not to jam pack it full of a bunch of fluff and things that you don't need. I wanted to give you exactly the actionable content that you need to get the results you want, which is a client, in as little time as possible. So maybe you'll find that you already have a network already filled with tons of potential clients. Like your friends list is already full of tons of business owners. If that's the case, that's great. You can move on to the warmer post and find yourself landing a client maybe even quicker than 3 days. Or maybe you find out that you want to actually spend more time on the networking phase. You don't want to just spend 1 day on the networking phase. Maybe you want to spend a few days on the networking phase so that you can get even more hand raisers when you go and post that virtual post that you're going to do and get those virtual hand raisers. And that might take you more than 3 days, and that's fine. But the cool part about that is then that gives you even more clients to choose from. So you can go at your own pace. Do not feel bad if you don't finish this in 3 days. It's possible to finish it in 3 days. It's possible to finish it even faster than 3 days. Everyone goes at their own pace. So what if you don't know what to sell already? Number one, you can use this to sell just about any service you provide. I don't care if you're a graphic designer, a photographer, maybe you provide wedding services or something like that, website design, SEO, Facebook ad services, reputation management. It doesn't matter what you provide as long as you provide some sort of service. This will probably work for you. And especially if you're targeting business owners in general, this is going to work really, really well for you. But number two, if you don't know what to sell, then I recommend you just follow my examples in here, because I have examples on what I'm going to be doing, which is website design and lead generation. And if you want and you don't have anything to sell, building websites is very, very easy to do. And I'll give you a bonus training that you can go into and learn how to build websites without any tech skills. It's very, very easy. If you can type out an email in Gmail, or you can type out a Word document, you know, like a Microsoft Word document, you'll be able to build out the kind of websites that we provide. And with that service, you build website, you provide hosting for that website, meaning people are able to go and view the website, and you can provide email accounts. And this is a great service to provide for business owners that you can make a lot of money doing. And you're going to see me using that as an example a lot in this course. So if you don't have anything to sell, I'd recommend just copy my examples down to a T. Okay, but you don't have to do that. This is easily modified to any service you want to provide. This is a learning experience. Okay, and the most important thing to know is that your clients, because of the way we're positioning this learning experience for you, will be forgiving. Okay, they're not going to be mad at you if you mess up or if you make a mistake somewhere. Because of the way we position this, they're going to be very forgiving and thoughtful of what you're doing. So practice makes perfect. This is the most important thing that you need to get out of this particular video as you go and you dive into the 5 parts of this workshop, is don't wait to try and be perfect before getting started. You need to just start, because that's what this is about. That's what this 5-part thing is about. It's about starting. It's about learning as you go. It's fine if you make mistakes because of the way we're going to position things. You'll see, don't worry. But you need to commit that you're going to start, and you're going to start today. Do we have a deal? All right, go ahead and move on to the next video. I'm excited to dive into the profile optimization phase, and I'll show you how that works.